I'm just chilling whilst Ryan is sorting out our transportation from the airport to YHA. I can't wait, it's so much warmer over here. And it's surprisingly really weird how weather can make you feel better too. How you feeling? Feeling warm? Are you excited?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah? I'm excited too. Our chariot arrives. Woo!
Hey, welcome to Kings Canyon.
Woo!
It's taken us 5 hours to get here from Alice Springs. We stopped once on the way. It is hot today, it's 33 degrees.
Ooh, a bit toasty.
It's sunshiny, blue skies. Yeah, and we're not going up on the top, we're walking through the middle. We are going through the creek, which is like the middle bit, in the middle of the canyon. It's a little bit more shaded, more trees. Hopefully there'll be more wildlife as well, so we shall see.
Peace out. I said, how do you think your first night of sleep at camp?
That just set really well.
I know you did. You snored all night. I didn't sleep much at all.
No?
I was watching the stars. There's loads of like shooting stars. That was really cool.
I saw a lot of shooting stars.
And the moon was so bright. I was just like, what?
Ryan, you're waiting to go to have a shower as well.
Yeah, you're stinky.
I'm not the only one that's stinky.
So we're now at, what's the national park called again? Kajura? Katoomba? Katoomba?
It's Uluru Tujuta National Park.
We are children of the Aborigines because we have not been initiated to become adults and not part of their tribe or anything, so we're now children. So we are restricted on certain information.
Otherwise you wouldn't be allowed in it because women aren't allowed because this is a men's site.
Yeah, so this is actually
but because
a
you're
men's
a child,
side.
you're allowed.
Exactly. That's to the Aborigines. So yeah, I feel pretty special.
What, because you got a child?
No, that I'm allowed to go in the men's area. chilling here, watching some finches. We are like super close. So we are here. They were there.
Yeah. Hopefully they'll come back and we can film them again.
Yeah. There's so many. It's like hundreds. They'll chilling that tree there. That tree over there. Tree over there.
And we're chilling under a rock.
Oh my god! There's loads on that tree over there.
Oh, my neck doesn't spin that fast.
Let me try and zoom in. So guys, we are at the big red rock.
The big red rock.
The big red rock. I must admit.
Welcome to Uluru.
So here's some indigenous drawings, markings.
Abby.
So you'll be able to use that tomorrow and the day after as well.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so if it's closed tomorrow.
I've been holding on to nothing just to keep my mind off you. Baby, lately I can hear your words in every song I listen to.
So we're now at Uluru doing the sunset.
Hi guys. I'm sorry I can't move. I'm here.
Ooh.
I'm trying to do a time lapse, but we didn't bring a tripod, so this is my tripod right now.
I suggested to bring a tripod. He was
I'm
like,
trying to hold it still on top of a stick.
and you was like, no, it's just an extra thing to carry. But you never listened to Abby.
Regret it. I didn't want. It's too much. We carry too much stuff anyway.
No, we haven't. We've got the thing that we need.
Okay. Watch when this turns out amazing.
And then there's all these other groups. They get champagne and all sorts.
We get some bread.
And we just get bread.
It's not true. But
So we're on our last day. Just eating some brekkie. Next to Ayers Rock. Uluru, sorry, Uluru. How you feel?
we're free. I'm very tired.
We're so very tired. We got up at 5:30 in the morning.
Lose myself and say those words instead of screaming out your name, but you're so far away.
Hey.
Hello.
Okay, welcome to our last day here. We just had breakfast. We've just been dropped off at Uluru. Once again, we're just doing the walk around the base. So yeah, we're just doing a walk around the base. It's about an hour and a half walk.
Yep.
And we're meeting our guide back at the other side. All the way on the other side. Check this out. So Uluru has a lot of bits that you can't photo. They're like, it's all sacred, and there's a lot of sacred sites around the edge that you're not allowed to photo or film. So we can't really show you everything that we see. Yeah, but you know, you gotta pay attention to the laws and all that stuff. Like we were told, because people can still climb Uluru, but you're not meant to, and they don't like you to climb it. So yeah, it's another thing to avoid.
Yeah. Not only that, it can be really dangerous as well, especially with the heat and the time of day that you do it. It actually gets closed off at certain times of the day because it's just too hot to do the climb. There's been 35 people that's died on the Uluru doing the rock climb.
Looks like they've had a fire here recently. All the trees have gone black, you can tell. When do you reckon there was a fire here? It's pretty recent, isn't it?
I reckon maybe about 3 weeks ago.
Another thing to say, the temperature in Uluru is like
Goes to
really
extremes to the
difficult
next.
to explain. Yeah. So the best time to visit is probably the time of year that we're here. Bear in mind it's winter right now, and during the day it's in the 30s, low 30s, 30 to 33.
Yeah.
I think it's been. That's in the winter. We've been camping. At night time, it's weird how the temperature drops. It goes from like 33 degrees to like 10.
So I suggest to bring warm clothes for like the evening.
Yeah.
I wish I brought my trousers with me, just because it's just so cold. And if you're doing this tour that we did with the rock tour, you're not in a tent. You're in a swag, which is like pretty much like an army version.
It's like a big glorified sleeping bag with like a mattressy bit on the bottom, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, so bear that in mind about the temperature. And if you're coming out here in the summer, they said it gets up to like
52
literally
degrees.
in the 50s. So
We spoke to a woman
Yeah,
that
probably
works
avoid
here.
that.
She's actually a part of the Aborigine culture. Yeah, she said it's 52 degrees.
you see these big, almost like caves in the side of the rocks. They're kind of carved out by the wind. So when the wind comes in off the desert and stuff, not just the wind itself, but the wind blows sand and stuff into the rock surface, and any crack that gets into, it kind of pushes it, if that makes sense. It erodes it away slowly over time, and eventually it forms these big like craters in the side. Eventually the overhang gets too big and they collapse on themselves. But this has happened over millions of years. What?
Yeah.
Uluru is how many years old? 350 million years, was it?
I think it's 200.
Or 50?
200.
Millions of years old. And it's also the biggest rock in the world.
In the world.
The biggest single rock. And another thing as well, you can see how Uluru is red. A lot of the rocks out here are red, or the ground's red and everything. It's because there's so much iron in the soil and the rock. There's a lot of iron in it.
And where the rain goes on it and the sun that's hitting on it, it's all oxidised rock, hence why it goes red and it busts.
Yeah, it's oxidised. It only happens on that outer layer. So if you cut into Uluru or anything, the rock inside is grey. Like Abby said, it's just where the outside is oxidised. It goes like a reddish colour. There's literally an eagle right there.
It looks like it's landing. Oh, he just picked up something.
Has he got something?
Yeah, he literally went into the rock, like caught something off the rock.
Yeah, I heard the noise. This eagle is literally right above us. It's just circling above our heads. That's so cool. Whee. Guys, I've just realised what he's doing. He's a lot higher now. He's obviously hit a thermal. Basically what birds of prey do a lot, especially the bigger birds. I can't even see him, sorry, I can't film him anymore, the sun's in the way. Basically they'll find a hot pocket of air, which is what he's done, and they call it a thermal. So what they do is they glide on the hot air, because the hot air obviously rises. So basically it's a free lift up. So they'll just circle in that little pocket of hot air, that little thermal, until they get high enough, and then they'll glide off. And then quite often they glide from thermal to thermal, just like to keep height while they're... It's basically a way of conserving energy, basically. While we're in the business of catching you all up this morning, because I haven't really spoken much on camera, to be honest, we've just kind of been filming, not really saying much. So while we're in the business of catching up, if you watch my other vlog where I explained how they did the cave art on the walls, they explained that to us yesterday and I was right. It was exactly the way I said, wasn't it? Wasn't I right, Abby?
Yes, you was right.
Wasn't I?
I never doubted
Wasn't
you.
I right?
I knew that anyway.
Yeah, I was right.
So we started from here, which is Kunya Pitta. And we're now here. We're making our way to Mitijulu waterfall.
Waterhole.
Waterhole. What did I say?
Waterfall.
I meant to say waterhole, sorry. Then coming out, we're going to do Uluru, and yeah, go all the way and meeting our guide and the other groups in Mala car parks. Like our tour guide dropped us off at different areas to start.
Yeah. I'd say that's pretty close to falling off there.
Oh, I'll give it another 10 years, I think.
Another 10 years. If that fell off of there right now, I'd question whether we managed to get out of the way in time.
Okay, so I'm going to make a bet. When is this going to fall off? I reckon another... Okay, I'm going to say 7 years.
7 years.
Uh-huh.
See, the thing is, there's some like cracks in it that go really far back, and I'm not sure. I'd say longer.
I originally
but
said
it
10
depends
years,
how far those, like, you see those holes?
Make a bet.
100 years.
100 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
It takes a long time for rock to erode, you know, it doesn't happen overnight.
No, but I'm just thinking when, like you said, it was... Okay, I say 10 years. Okay, I changed my mind. I'm going to 10 years.
No, you can't change your mind
No,
now.
I'm going 10. 10. Final answer.
Final answer.
10 years. So I'm going to tell you what some Aborigine art means. For real.
Yeah, for real.
So this one, the circles, one has many, many circles. These could represent a cave, a water hole, or
I thought a water hole was
meeting place.
3 circles. Or is it just as many? It can also represent Uluru, no?
yeah, many circles together. Like so, these I think these represent Uluru. And then where you can see this one here, it's got like the 3 circles and lines in between. So it means that there's water hole, and if you walk a little bit further, there's another water hole. Walk another little bit further, and there's another water hole.
It symbolises travelling. Is that one?
And then if you can see, the one next to it has like it looks like a little arrow. That means emu.
Now, unfortunately, a lot of these drawings are actually a lot more faded than they should be, because when tourists first started travelling to Uluru to see all the cave art, and climbing used to be the main thing they used to do, but they used to see all the cave art and stuff. Now, back in those days, cameras weren't quite the same, and to get these to show up best on film, they used to chuck buckets of water onto the wall, because they learnt that if the wall was wet, then it showed up better in the camera, like the art showed up better in the camera. But what that's basically done is erode a lot of the drawings away. They're not as clear as they should be. This is actually really good. Some of the other ones we've seen are a lot more faded than this.
You can see they use like 3 different colours, and they use it from 3 different things. So the white one is actually from a tree called bloodwood, and they burn it, and they add water in it and use like the ash to make like a paste. And that's what the white one is. I can't quite remember what the 2 brown ones are. I think one of them is clay.
It's ochre, isn't it?
Ochre? Ochre.
Ochre. Which is a type, I might be wrong here, but I think ochre was a type of, I can't remember if ochre's the right name, but it's a type of red rock that they get here. They break it open, it's like almost like powder when they break it open because it's really weak.
Sandstone.
And they just mix the powder with water and it comes out red.
So this is a tree here that I said about, that they use the ash, the white ash for the art. This is bloodwood tree. Yeah, so we're just heading back from Uluru back to Alice Springs, but we're just stopping off at an animal sanctuary. So little camels, they've only got camels, kangaroos and emus, and they do like camel rides here.
We might spit on you.
Nah, you won't. Hey. Oh. That didn't look good.
Is it good? No, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're almost back now. That'll be the end of our tour, although we are going out for a meal with all the crew from the bus tonight and our tour guide. We're going to go out for a couple of beers and a meal.